Hey, Jason here. In this free training, I want to talk about, as value investors, we're known as cheap. We don't like to spend money on things. We like to get things at a discount, all those things. And all those things are true about pretty much every value investor I ever talked to. But there is one area where I'm not cheap. One area right now where I'm not cheap. And today I'm going to talk to you about that and the importance of that. First of all, excuse the nasally sound of this. I, in the beginnings of getting what I think is a sinus infection. I've dealt with sinus infections off and on for a long time now. So I'm pretty familiar with the symptoms, and I think I'm in the beginnings of getting a sinus infection. So excuse the nasally kind of talk in my voice today. And me sniffling. That might be a problem during this video as well. But the reason I want to talk about this one thing today, the one area where I'm not cheap, is because pretty much all value investors, if they're cheap, which again, value investors, it's part of the thing, they have to be cheap. It's just a mindset thing. Again, I think at some level it's kind of genetic. We're cheap people. It just happens. They're cheap in pretty much every aspect of their life. There is one aspect of my life where I'm not cheap. And I can think of a second that I will not be cheap in once I get to that level. So, one of my favorite quotes by Warren Buffett talks about how investing in yourself is the most important investment you can ever make. I don't remember the exact quote, but it's something along those lines. And I've followed that for years. I've gone from pretty much zero knowledge to beating Buffett in zero knowledge in value investing to beating Warren Buffett in the first 6 years of my career compared to the first 6 years of his career, all off self-learning. None of it's been via courses, none of it's been via colleges, universities, anything like that. It's all been via self-learning and pushing myself and those kind of things. And I try to learn as much as I possibly can every day while still getting stuff done. I used to be about 80% learning, 20% what I call action. Now it's reversed, because I'm to the point now where I need to do more stuff because I have more stuff to do with the businesses I'm operating in, the clients I have, those kind of things, building businesses, all that kind of stuff. B is I've learned how to learn faster and better so that I don't have to spend as much kind of physical time learning to be able to put things into action. 3 is the faster I put things to action, the faster I fail, and then the faster I learn and tweak, and then the faster I can kind of repeat that process. So I still spend about 10 to 25% of my time every single day learning new skill, learning about marketing, learning about value investing, learning about finance, listening to audiobooks, reading books about finance, investment, marketing, whatever I'm learning about at the time. And I learn from a wide, if you follow me for any amount of time, you know I learn from a wide range of things. I'll read stuff in science, mental models, psychology, all different kinds of arenas. So learning to me is ultra important. I've always loved learning. I hated high school. I didn't hate high school, but I didn't middle school, high school. What's called formal education, I'm not a big fan of, because they teach you how to, in my opinion, for the most part, they teach you how to memorize things. They don't teach you how to think. They don't teach you how to learn. They don't teach you valuable skills that you'll need in everyday life, that kind of thing. So I've always been a big self-learner. And again, I spend 10 to 25% of my time still reading and learning, watching YouTube videos, listening to podcasts, whatever the case may be. And again, I'm cheap in every aspect of my life except for when it comes to improving myself, to get back to the Warren Buffett quote, when it comes to improving myself, I literally don't buy anything for myself unless it involves fishing, which I've already got fishing stuff, so I don't need more fishing stuff. So only things I buy for myself anymore are programs, courses, whatever the case may be, to help me kind of improve my skill set, my knowledge. And I want to learn from the best. Last year, I believe it was around this time last year, and this is in August 2018, so about August 2017, I started building a list of courses and programs that I want to buy at some point that I haven't yet. These courses range from $500 all the way up to $100,000. And when I tell that to other value investors or even my wife, they look at me like I'm nuts because they know I'm a cheap person. And I don't like spending money. But I don't look at it as spending money in this case. I look at it as an investment in my future. My family's future, my team's future, my company's future, all these kind of things. I'm constantly learning. I believe that one of the major ways to gain wealth and gain long-term wealth is constantly learning, constantly evolving, constantly improving your skill sets, those kind of things. So again, even my wife, I've been with her 15 years now. If you watched our video on that, in my video on that, I've been with my wife for 15 years, ever since I was 16, she was 17. I say that, she looks at me like I'm nuts, like who took away my husband and where is he type of thing. But that's just, again, I want to invest in myself. I want to become the best version of myself. I want to reach whatever my potential is, and I've already surpassed what my potential I thought was my potential. I don't put a limit on my potential, and you shouldn't either. This goes back to my video and my article on you can do anything you put your mind to. If you put a limit on your potential, you will never reach what was truly your potential. And no one knows your true potential. You just have to keep working and learning and growing your skill sets and knowledge and all those kind of things until you can get there, and that involves courses, programs, whatever. So that, again, value investors are cheap. I am cheap when it comes to pretty much everything else in my entire life. I don't spend money on anything unless it's a book. Literally every year I ask for books. For Christmas, I say I don't want anything, or I ask for books or a gift card to Amazon or something along those lines. It's typically what I ask for Christmas or my birthday. Again, I invest. I have no problem investing in myself. Same thing goes for my teammates. I've told them I've built a list of courses and programs I'm going to buy for my team members at some point, because I want them to continually grow as well. Because as we grow as a company, as a business, I want them to take over some of the responsibilities I'm doing now and kind of run the operations to a certain degree, or possibly fully at some point. To do that, they're going to have to gain skills, gain knowledge as well. So I'm a big believer in self-learning, in gaining knowledge and skill sets, and investing in yourself. Again, I think that's pretty much a proven. It's not proved that, or it's not proof that you're going to become wealthy, but it's a great sign of pretty much all the super wealthy people in the world, that they constantly learn. If they are self-made, if they aren't kind of an heiress or something like that. So, I mentioned earlier in this video, there are two, that was the main one, where I have no problem spending money on myself and investing in myself and kind of spending money. And again, that's shocking to a lot of people. Anybody who knows me, frankly, even my wife probably knows me better than anybody in the world. She thinks it's nuts that I have programs that I want to buy that are at the $100,000 at some point once I get to that level, to where I can afford those. So what's the second area? And I haven't reached this level yet either. But the second level is travel. I have a lot of major goals in life. One of them kind of personally, or most of them involve helping other people and helping as many people as I possibly can. That's why Value Investing Journey is a teaching site. That's why I have teaching programs. That's why I wrote my books. That's why I release a lot of content like this for free on YouTube, is I want to help as many people as I possibly can. That's kind of the overall number one goal for me. Kind of more of a personal thing is I've always wanted to travel. I will spend money on travel when I get to that point and where I can travel the world, all that kind of stuff. My dad was in the Air Force when me and my brother were little, and he got to travel the world. He's been in Egypt, he's seen the Great Pyramids, he's been in South Korea, he's been in Japan, he's been in Kurdistan, he's been in United Arab Emirates, he's been all over the world. He's been in Germany. I don't think he ever was kind of technically in Germany, but he was in the airport in Germany. So he's been all over the world. He's seen lots of different cultures, experienced different things. I've wanted that. That's from a personal level, that's kind of my main personal goal, is I want the freedom to travel all over the world, whenever I want, wherever I want. So I will spend money on travel as well. I'm a big believer in experiences, especially with my kids, who are at this, as of the time of this recording, 7, 4, and 7 months. I want to be able to travel the world with them, have them experience stuff like this, different cultures, different foods, different peoples, different locations, all that kind of stuff. So again, I'm not to that point yet, but that is another thing I will have no problem spending money on, is experiences with my kids and my family, and those I care about, is traveling, again, all over the world with those kind of things. So although value investors are cheap, and most are cheap pretty much in every aspect of their life, I'm a little bit different, again, when it comes to this kind of stuff. And this is kind of an evolution, to be honest. It was probably 2 years ago where buying, or even considering buying, a $500 course, I would have never even considered it, because that's too much money. But now I've got lists of $500 courses all the way up to $100,000 programs that I want to invest in at some point, and just haven't, either because I can't afford it yet, or because I just haven't done it yet. So I hope this helps. You don't have to do everything yourself. You don't have to learn everything yourself. It's another one of my favorite quotes is from Isaac Newton. If I am where I am today, it's because I've stood on the shoulders of giants. Essentially, he learned from other people, and that helped him improve his experiences, his knowledge faster. I'm a big believer in that as well. Learning from others' mistakes, learning from others' experiences, learning from others' skill sets, those kind of things. So I hope this video has helped kind of shed some light on what I do and do not consider expensive. And a lot of it has to come to do with, is it an investment in myself, in my team, in my getting me to my goals, those kind of things. I don't view people, like my team members, I don't view them as a cost. I view them as an investment in my future and my business's future. I don't view them as a cost at all. Same thing with investing in myself. Same thing with traveling with me, my wife, and kids when we get to that point. So just because you're a value investor doesn't mean you have to be cheap in all aspects of your life. If you don't continue investing in yourself, you will continually fall farther and farther behind. If you're an entrepreneur, business owner like me, you can't do it alone. I tried to go it alone myself for years, and I just would get frustrated and not make much progress. I've made more progress in the last year with my team than I did in the previous 5 to 10 years, just trying to do things myself. And again, it comes back to investing in my team, investing in my future, investing in myself, investing in my time. Frankly, a lot of my team members have taken off a lot of the stuff that I frankly shouldn't be doing, because I either suck at it, or I should be doing stuff like this, creating content, or creating courses, talking with clients and meeting with clients, those kind of things, instead of the back end kind of stuff that frankly, again, I shouldn't be doing the design type of stuff. So I'm investing in my time as well. So I'm saving time. I'm multiplying myself with my team members and my team members' efforts. That's another investment that I have no problem with as well. So I hope this helps. I hope this kind of sheds some light on kind of a lesser known fact about many value investors is they don't mind investing in themselves, even if it's not necessarily to the $100,000 level that I'm talking about in the future. But we don't typically mind investing in ourselves, buying books and whatever the case may be. So I hope this helps. I hope this kind of opened your mind a little bit. If you are kind of one of those quote-unquote strict value investors who are cheap in every aspect of your life, maybe this will open up your mind, and you'll invest more in yourself, more in your business, more in your team, something like that. This is just my experience of what I found to work for me. And again, I hope this helps. Make sure to watch our other videos, our other free training videos, our other case study videos, our other value investing in your car episodes, our other my thoughts and value investing in finance videos. Those playlists should be left right below, depending on where you're watching this. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and to hit the bell so you're notified anytime we release a new video. And until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.